It's just such a basic part of human existence, but it is it's overlooked. It's an overlooked Millennium Development Goal. People don't talk about basic sanitation, toilets. It literally seems to be a dirty issue. So we think that's possibly why the figure is so enormous.
Can one also attribute the situation, i.e. the lack of interest, to the fact that water is neglected in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights?
Perhaps, yeah, and in fact, not a Universal Declaration, although later on it was actually, there was an amendment or an addition to the Universal Declaration. It was also neglected in the setup of the Millennium Development Goals. It wasn't until 2001, I think, that the sanitation goal was actually agreed. Even though the Millennium Development Goals were agreed in the year 2000, it wasn't until 2001 that the second MDG goal on water and sanitation was added. It was as if it was completely forgotten, which seems crazy because it's such a basic element of human life. And so this year in 2010 it's absolutely key that 10 years on that water and sanitation is seen to be absolutely key to the achievement of all the other MDGs.
As you already mentioned, the access to safe water is inextricably linked to most of the Millennium Development Goals. Are you hoping or are you confident that this will give it the recognition and attention it deserves?
Well, we'd like to think so. I mean, it's crazy. Something like 28% of all under 5 deaths are because of poor sanitation and water. Half of all girls in sub-Saharan Africa drop out of school because of poor sanitation and water. So, I mean, half of all children, all girls dropping out of school because of poor sanitation and water, that's a crazy figure. So we think it should be seen as absolutely key to the education MDG, to the health MDG, to all the achievement of all the Millennium Development Goals. So it must be recognised in September as one of the most important Millennium Development Goals.
There are a number of organisations, companies that are seriously undermining and threatening the work that you do, namely Coca-Cola. What would your message to them be?
I think water and sanitation need to be seen as absolutely key and central. Access to water and sanitation needs to be key and central to the goals of all companies as well as non-governmental organisations. So that would be my message to them, that keep ensuring the access of all the populations in the areas that they work to clean water should be absolutely essential to their goals.
There's still a long way to go. What would you say are the main challenges ahead?
Huge challenges. I mean, just the sheer figures, 2.6 billion, but actually to solve the sanitation crisis is reasonably simple. We're talking about toilets and taps. I mean, it's hardly revolutionary. These are the basic elements of life. It shouldn't be that difficult to achieve them.